We are live, ladies and gentlemen. It is Wednesday, the 10th day of August, 2011. And we have laid out for the last decade that when the financial collapse began, by design due to derivatives, that the welfare class would begin to riot, even if they needed to be basically directed to riot, as a pretext to menace what's left of the middle class to accept a high-tech police state, the rollout of TSA-style domestic checkpoints. And that then the so-called left would call for even more goodies to the, quote, disadvantaged underclass and hold the public hostage. Now, what's really happening is the mega-rich that get most of their wealth through government welfare, corporate welfare in one way or another, they smokescreen all of their activities by always focusing on the poor that are getting welfare, while at the same time they push to give the poor more welfare, creating these spoiled, rotten, dependency-laden, dysfunctional, crime-ridden cultures. And it's the same all over the world. And it is predominantly the welfare class that then is able to get the cheap seats at soccer, football, basketball games, and who go and riot and burn down parts of cities and beat people to death whenever their team wins or loses. This is the culture of gangster hooliganism, and that's what you're seeing in England. Some people are lauding this as wondrous, beautiful revolution. Revolution would be against Goldman Sachs, J.P. Morgan, Bank of America. The revolution would be against the Queen of England. It would be against David Cameron. It would be against the Parliament. And then you have to judge, is it a good revolution or a bad revolution? And that comes from your perspective and what you stand for. But carjacking people, burning down family businesses, burning down homes, and running over people that try to protect their businesses and killing them, as happened as last night, running over and killing South Asian immigrants to England, trying to guard their businesses, that is not revolution. Now, the George Soros, Al Gore types, who've been calling for Arab Springs, Al Gore, here in the United States and Europe, they will praise it, and they will call it a revolution, because it's exactly what they want, so that the apparatus of the state can come in as the arbiter and as the referee. And that is what is really going on here at the end of the day. We're going to be breaking it all down. Now, when we come back, I'm going to discuss the fact that I guess this is revolution too. San Francisco Giants fans on Craigslist declared today Beat a Dodger Day, encouraged murder of a Dodgers fan. Twitter's refusing to take down people's accounts that call for violence and torching. Well, Twitter was admittedly set up by the CIA, and through the State Department has been running destabilization campaigns. And so, of course, they would do such a thing. Now, if we called for murder on our platform, we'd be shut down in hours. You better believe it. But when they do, it's A-OK. Boston Bruins win Stanley Cup. Vancouver fans riot. Yes, that's revolution. Here's another one. L.A. struck by basketball riots. Yes, that's revolution. NYPD. Oh, we'll tell you more.
You may be arrested and or subject to other police action.
We are live. Thank you for joining us. It is Wednesday, the 10th day of August, 2011. And we're going to be live here for the next 3 hours. Well, these are the times that try men and women's souls. A great period of unrest and upheaval is now upon us as a society, as a world. We have been in the throes of a depression globally for at least 3 years. It is now intensifying, and it's only going to get worse from here on out unless we remove the corrupt ruling class that have seized control of the world economy through fraud, namely through fractional reserve banking, and then the last 12 years through derivatives, which allow them to create unlimited counterfeit financial instruments. Now, it has always been the ruling class's established rule to control large cities, going back thousands of years, by having large different segments of the population living in welfare slums that are funded by the government. The Romans did this more than 2,000 years ago. They had a bread and also a silver allotment. And any time that the surrounding rural gentry did not pay the high taxes or do what they were told, the welfare crowds would be released, the Roman military would stand down, and the welfare hordes would exit the city and begin robbing and looting and stealing and burning. You could then not count on the Roman fire department to give you any assistance also in the city in your burning neighborhood if you'd not paid them large amounts of protection money. No, it was not the American Italian La Cosa Nostra that invented the threats of burning down your family clothier or grocery store or furniture store if you did not pay them protection money. It was their Roman ancestors. And that's where Julius Caesar's family made most of their money and got into political power, was running the fire department racket. Our fire departments today are not engaged in such activities, just to be clear, before the New York Times or someone else says that I'm stating that modern fire departments. No, I'm talking about what is Italy today, and of course, formerly the Empire, the Roman Empire based in the city of Rome. Okay. Before I get into the global financial meltdown, before I get into the day 4 of uncontrolled riots, the British Prime Minister says they might use water cannons and batons later if the rioters don't behave themselves. This is just like in Seattle in 1999 when the police even admitted they were ordered to stand down and let rioters burn things, destroy things for a day, before they then attacked the peaceful demonstrators and set the precedent nationwide to no longer even allow peaceful demonstrations and to have Darth Vader festooned, garbed police attack the general population of peaceful protesters.